I'm sure everyone can figure out who I'm speaking to. I have been in and around government a long time. I was around Fort Bragg before you got there. I was involved with JSOC before, during, and a little bit after your first meltdown. I was already associated with DIA and was there when you had your big meltdown. You didn't even last a year. Of course, they let you stay for a few more months while your replacement was vetted so you could save a little face. That's when you really turned against the country. And then a man gave you a second chance. And you betrayed him. You betrayed his trust. Of course, that's nothing for a man who's already betrayed his country. Your betrayal goes way back. I go way, way back too. You yourself and other family members have called me a brother, called me family, tried to recruit me, as you have recruited so many others in the past. See, I go way back before you even thought of the coup attempt and the January 6th plans. We all know Miss Babbitt, Ashley Babbitt. But see, I go way back before that, back when her name wasn't Babbitt. Anybody researching Ashley Babbitt usually stops at California. Miss Babbitt used to live in Maryland, except her name wasn't Babbitt then. I go way back before that even. You see, I was the one on the court records, the sealed national security transcripts that broke up the so-called terrorist ring that was going to attack Calvert Cliffs nuclear power plant in Maryland, killing untold thousands of people. I got credit for it. People came out and said Mohammed el-Shinawi was a lone wolf, acted by himself, material support of ISIS. No one would listen to his team. They didn't want to hear it, even though the FBI interviewed a couple of them. They didn't do anything. His one team member ended up killing a bunch of people in Chattanooga, Tennessee. The others provided plans for drones and bombs overseas that killed our own troops and some of our allies. This was years ago, 2015, years before the January 6th. The reason I bring it up is because Ashley Babbitt and her first husband and her boyfriend, who became her second husband, worked at Calvert Cliffs. Now, one of them was part of that team providing inside information. It wasn't a terrorist attack. It was a giant false flag with a specific intent designed to kill thousands of people. One that I broke up. Got credit for it. But they called it a terrorist thing and shut me up. So I go way, way back before you even thought January 6th. You changed the way things were done in JSOC. You thought you could do it again in the DIA. All along, you thought you knew better than everyone else, even those above you. So, you decided to continue. And using a combination of twisted and manipulated facts and intelligence, and even a little racism against the first black president and against Muslims, outright hatred against Hillary Clinton, the Secretary of State at the time, and you twisted all that up under some warped banner and called it patriotism. You recruited a lot of people. You recruited senior officers, other officers, civilians, and they followed you. You got to the DIA, you tried again. But it didn't work. They caught on quick. You didn't make it very long. And then you were given a second chance. Well, too many things were in motion at that time. President Obama, which you hated so much, Hillary Clinton, they were out of the picture. Things were already going. So you decided to use it for your own benefit. You retired by then. Might as well use what you built. Problem is you used it against the country. You wanted to take control. Just like you and your countless minions have been doing lately. Your press arm came out just weeks ago and announced your intention to run for president. That didn't go over too well, did it? No. Now, nobody mentions it anymore. You hope everybody forgets. And to cover it up, because you know what rolls downhill, you're trying to come back around and support certain things about President Trump's doing. Try to seem patriotic again when you're the farthest thing from it. Your crimes are known from start to finish. Eventually it will come out. There are people who did nothing but look up to you continuously, and you used it, you abused it, and you trapped people with their own patriotism, their own trust. Used your position, used everything around you. They are complaining now. Many of the people who are smaller have gone silent just to see where the wind blows, hoping they don't go to prison for your actions of what you started. But they're involved in January 6th, where a person was killed, set up to die so you could control the situation. You have others, professionals, online, offline, reporters, things like that, who were involved, who covered, who spread the story, who supported you. And they're mad now. They're coming out. Just like the officers before. Because those officers and the people in the intelligence community knew what you were doing, tried to stop you then. And in 2016, when Obama and Hillary and all the rest of them that you hated so much were no longer in power, and you started using everything against you, they started speaking out in a specific way against you to foil your plans. This is all out there. It's all there. Now I'll tell people some things they don't know. Everybody's heard it. Russian collusion. Yes, it happened. Was there a link on a server to a bank in Russia, Alpha Bank? Yes. In case anybody missed it, yes, there was. But President Trump had nothing to do with it. President Trump had absolutely no knowledge of it. But did it exist? Yes. Because you and Lightning Rod and your little group set it up. It was real. And you documented it and took it to the Democrat side, and they thought, hey, we got something on a candidate. Of course they're going to keep it quiet. They're going to run with it. Little did they know that by the time you'd already given it to them, you'd already taken it down, shut it down, erased all the tracks. So they took the information to them. This is golden. Take it to the FBI. You think it's that easy to convince them? They ran it through their system. It was real. They verified it. They didn't know it had already been gone. Of course it was real. You set it up. It was real. And they ran with it, starting Russian collusion. Now your little partner, Lightning Rod, when controlling the whole Russian investigation, kept you out of it. He's no longer around. Starting way back when, Hammer, Pegasus, everything, spying on everyone, spying on candidates, spying on judges, spying on reporters, all a part of it. I spoke out about you and your connection to Lightning Rod in 2015 and was stomped for it because you couldn't even be questioned then, but everybody knows what you're like now. Period. The reason I'm talking about it now is because your sycophants are continuing to attack people, continuing to attack good people, and to dilute what's going on. You throw a little bit of truth out there and it confuses everyone. You're continuing to attack people. And it's got to stop. There's an election coming, and we need to get this country back on track. Period. Everybody sees how bad it is. You don't care. You're keeping it going for your own personal gain. There are too many good people out there who don't quite know what's going on because you and your group are spreading disinformation, which you've done all along. Wanted to run for president, that didn't work. Now you switched tactics. Haven't mentioned that in a while, have you? No. The attacks and everything have to stop. So I am calling you out right now. No more hiding behind your little minions, your press arm, nothing. I am calling you out into the dusty street right now, you and I. We can meet at a location and be deposed under oath. I will ask you questions. You will ask me questions. I give you my word. I will not take the fifth across the board. This has to stop. I will do this for the good of the people and for the good of my country. Let's see if you'll show up. Or are you going to continue to have your minions attack me and others and everyone else? Once this comes out, if we show over his deposition, let's do it. I don't care if it takes days. I've got the questions. I've got the witnesses. All those people you suckered in using their own patriotism and loyalty against them, against the country, they're going to come out of the woodwork. All the people that are facing charges, that committed crimes under your orders, under your guidance, they're not going to back you up. And once the Democrat side finds out that they were actually right, that the information they were running with and they were promoting and everything like that actually existed, and it's because of you and Lightning Rod, the media ran with that story forever. Okay, you think all those people were stupid? No. They looked at the facts and said, there's something there. Is there a penalty for producing false documents to the FBI? Is there a penalty for producing false intelligence to Congress and the Senate? Wasting millions upon millions of dollars of the taxpayers' money? Affecting elections because of your lies, your fabrications? I'm betting that there is some penalties beyond the treason and sedition. So let's do that transcript. Let's be deposed. I'm not pleading the fifth. We're getting it all out there for the benefit of the people and the country. Your move.